back to
So That Is.
Today we have a special guest.
Oh,
Her name is
Molly Mo.
Chop it up and cut it up in little pieces.
They talking shit because I got a big ass pimple under my lip.
And she always want to talk about other motherfuckers looking ugly and shit. Bitch, you ugly today.
You do be looking ugly. Like,
Listen,
you be having like a pretty side, and then when you roll,
because I don't give a fuck.
shit
That's
be bad.
fine.
Listen.
And I still be bagging them just like that.
I'm not when you look like that.
But let's go back to pimple stories.
Yo, so what?
So one time I went and I had a little zit just like that. Your daddy and your mom
My dad
had the nerve to sit in the corner and laugh. They had a whole little joke. And guess what it was about? My Molly Mo.
Yeah, they named it.
Yeah, it's called Molly Mo. And they wanted to know why Molly Mo was here with us tonight. So we want to know, why did you bring Molly Mo tonight?
Because they wasn't invited.
I ain't gonna front. It was real big this morning. I tried to let the air out the tire. I was like pinching it in the car, trying to like reduce it. Because I was like, these bitches gonna be on me, but it is what it is.
Girl, you on your Mandarin Road, red Molly Mo.
Puberty and shit. Whatever.
Okay,
So what's new other than this?
So let me tell you something. I went to homecoming a week or so. Was it a week ago? 2 weeks ago? Whatever it was. It was so much fucking fun. I got up with so many of my old college friends. We was reminiscing, chopping it up. I took my girl Lou with me. And I don't normally do this, but I do have to give a shout out to my LTAs. Lambda Theta Alpha, Latin Incorporated. I love them so much. I want to give a shout out to my brothers, Lambda Theta Phi, my other brothers from another mother, Omega Psi Phi. I love them.
What's up, noobs?
Anyway, so no, we love them too. I'll be throwing up the Kappa Sweetheart sign, even though I'm not one. So anyway, I just wanted to say how much fun I had. I really had a great time with them. So.
And normally I don't go to homecoming. That was my first one. So I did have fun.
It was dope, right?
It was. The after party wasn't, whatever. It was like a blur.
Listen, the music was, I was in my fucking bag.
And I was like, but that's you regularly.
I'm sitting here just looking at y'all because I wasn't there.
Yeah, she didn't go.
I don't know where the hell I was.
I don't know neither.
Did you go to New York or something? Bitch, you always somewhere regardless.
This weekend was boring as shit though.
Was it? I did a lot of family stuff, so I was excited. You know.
I watched for Power and Power didn't come on. How about that?
I knew.
Well, what was up with that?
Wait, how about your Eagles?
Oh,
Lo siento.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. But on another note, we're going to the game soon. So
yeah,
hopefully,
we are.
Yeah.
Oh, but bitch, I didn't get an invite to no fucking game.
Sorry, the tickets was expensive, and I just jumped on their bandwagon because somebody dropped out. That's the only reason I got invited. So the truth, E.
Yeah, you was part of the first round.
No,
I'm not a liar.
That's a lie. I was not part of the first round.
You were.
Oh, maybe my sister wasn't.
What? Yeah.
It was my sister. Okay. I was
That's
part
what
of the
you're
first
gonna
round.
go with. That's
My
what
bad.
you're going with.
Sorry.
Okay.
Curtis, I ain't gonna lie to you, yo. I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all left me the fuck out. It's okay.
Yeah, something like that.
It's alright. I'm
on my ticket anyway.
It's the big booty committee and shit. Y'all throwing out the little booties. Little booties fucking matter too. Okay.
Exactly. Sorry, y'all.
Pues entonces.
So we are here with a special guest today, and he chooses to remain anonymous, which is fine. But we want to talk about something that is, I think, more controversial for our guest than it is for us. But we want to talk about, can men be monogamous? And we know that there's opinions out there that say that they can't, and there's some other strong opinions out there that say that they can. So without further ado, we'll give it to our special guest to open up, if that's okay. What do you think? Give us your opinion on this.
I think the subject is fitting for the conversation, and in my humble opinion, if you want to call it opinion, I like to call it a fact, but it would go against the grain of popular belief, because we live in a monogamous society in which, people have this belief that man meets girl, they get married, and they put the ring on the finger, and they're supposed to be, monogamous with one another till death do they part. That's a relatively new concept. But the reality of that is, man is not wired to be monogamous. And if you search, in order for us to understand where we're going, we have to look at the past. And the past tells us, from the inception of man, no civilization has there ever been one man, one woman. That is a relatively new concept within the last 500 years of civilization. That is a relatively new concept. And for everybody out there who is of a religious belief, of a religious mind, all you have to do is go to your Bible. If you're a person who believes in the King James version of the Bible and and so on and so forth. There is no civilization in the Bible that predates today where there's ever been one man, one woman. King Solomon, multiple wives. If you look at all of the prophets prior to the prophets in the Bible, they've all had multiple wives. It was natural. It was normal. You even go back to your African civilizations and your cultures, the Mayan cultures. There is nothing to say that one man takes on one woman. That's an abomination. In fact, that's not even something that was even normal. It is until the last 500 years that this American civilization, we decided that this one man, one woman, you get married, you take the ring till death do us part.
So unfortunately, I think there's probably a lot of women out there that might believe you and say, you know what, men cannot be monogamous, and it's probably because the history in their relationships I've been cheated on, and not by the same man, but by multiple men in their life, right? But I still don't believe this concept. I don't believe that every man feels this way or has this need to not be monogamous. So you mean to tell me there's no man on this earth that can be monogamous and faithful in a relationship? Because
the answer to that question is no. But can I ask you a question?
Sure.
And I hate the mixed church and state, if you will. Oh. Okay. Are you religious?
I am.
Okay. Do you believe in the Bible?
I do.
Okay. So if you believe in the Bible, and if you believe in the first 33 books of the Bible, okay, and then there's 66 total books, 33 and 33. So if you believe in your Bible, right? So then, by that, then you're saying that there's a contradiction in the Bible.
You know what?
Right, but the concept of marriage is also validated in the Bible too, and I don't think the concept of marriage in the Bible states that you can be married to one person and then have all these other, like adultery is in the Bible too, as a 10 commandment that can't be broken, right?
Show me where there's any marriage in the Bible.
So wait, I'm not to cut you off, but can we just remove ourselves from like the Bible? Can we just get...
Yeah, I feel like I don't know how to touch this subject when I'm talking about the Lord.
I'm going to tell you why. Because we as a civilization base our very way we live based on the Bible.
So I'm going to say that not everybody. So I'm going to say if we could remove ourselves from that, and I just want to get to the point where you have come to the realization that men can't, but women...
No, there is no such thing as can't. It's an impossible fantasy. There's no such thing as can't. I can't tell you as your boss, I need you to do 33 reports by 2 o'clock. You know that's impossible to do. Know why? Because you don't have the time. There's not enough hours in the day to do that. You could do it if you say, I can get it done, but it's probably be next week, the middle of next week. That's a different story. There's no such thing as can't, meaning if he works on it, if he stays committed to his relationship, if he fights his urges, it's humanly impossible because man was not put on this earth to be monogamous.
Man, but when you say man, you don't mean human. You mean men as in male with penises. But women are made to be monogamous.
I can't speak on a woman because number one, I'm not a woman, and number two, I can't speak on a woman. I'm only telling you from a man's perspective. A man is not put on this earth to be monogamous. That's not in our nature.
Have you ever been in a relationship?
Absolutely.
In a monogamous one.
And how did it work out?
No.
Because you didn't want to, because of your viewpoint?
Because I can't. It's impossible.
So you don't feel like you never met like the one?
It doesn't matter. I can meet the one. Bill Cosby thinks Camille is the one.
Oh my God.
Okay? Don't get that wrong. Bill Cosby thinks Camille is the one, and he would probably go to hell and high water for Camille. He probably murder a man that even tries to look at her 3 times, but that's not going to stop him from being who he is, and that's in his nature. Do you have to understand the very nature of what you got to understand the very concept of what's in a person's or in a thing's nature to do. It's in a tree's nature to shed around fall time. You're not stopping that. That is the cycle of life.
Okay.
It does not matter. The sun sets and the sun rises. I don't care how advanced our technology gets. I don't care. The sun is going to set and it's going to rise. So is with a human being. I don't care how much technology we get. I don't care how advanced we get with medicine. You are going to die. And it ain't no doubt about it.
How the hell did we get morbid?
You understand what I'm saying?
But
you understand
with
what
your
I'm trying to get
concept,
you to understand?
If I can get my head around that,
not being monogamous falls in that realm.
But even if I can wrap my head around that, so what you're saying is, then there's no point there's no point in getting married. Then marriage is a false concept.
Exactly. Where did it come from? Where did it come from? Number one. That's what you have to understand.
I wish you asked me that before the podcast so I could have researched.
If you were born, listen, when you're taught something, there's a saying: when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
What does that mean? Have sex crazy and wild?
No, when in Rome, you take on the cultures of Romans.
Right, of course.
You take on the characteristics of the Romans.
So in America...
So this last 500-year concept, think about it.
It's not just American, though. I mean, it is... Marriage is performed, ceremonies are performed all over the world. It's
all
not
over
just
the world.
America.
But do you realize that there are also cultures that marriage to them is multiple wives? It ain't just polygamy with the Mormons and all that, where they take on this, they take on this. Okay, so this monogamy thing is not something. It's shocking and striking to us in America because that's the way it's supposed to be. But if we go over in many parts of Europe and you're walking down the street and you see this little 12, 13, 14-year-old boy and girl come out and they're having a drink and you're like, what the hell? And they're coming straight out of the bar. That's normal. But to us, that is shock to us. And that's the way it is here. Santa Claus concept. You go over to Europe, certain parts of Europe.
This is over my head.
I
can't get my head wrapped around this concept.
You go over to certain parts of Europe and start talking Santa Claus and all that. They're going to be like, well, what is up with you Americans? We are so indoctrinated into this monogamy. Boy meets girl and boys 21, girls 21, and they get married. They're supposed to be together forever till death do them part, and he's not supposed to take on another woman.
So you're not married, right? Is that you're not married?
You've never been married.
Absolute no. That is
and do you
absolute.
ever? You don't see yourself getting married, obviously, with these thoughts.
I don't think.
No
that,
thing.
No, what I'm saying to you is that
we diagnosed you.
What I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying, and this is what I debate anybody when I had this conversation. You show me a man, okay? Show me a man and have him stand before me and tell me that he's been in a relationship for any period of time and that he's been monogamous. You show me a man that can say that, and I'll show you a man that doesn't have a belly button.
But I mean, women have belly buttons.
Show me.
I know, but you can't talk from a woman.
That's all I say.
And
I had this debate from time to time with people. Show me one man. Show me one man that can stand and say, you know what? I've been with my wife.
You hear that, guys?
I've been with my wife.
He wants you guys.
You need some comments.
I've been with my wife for 37 years. I've been with my wife for 20 years. I've been with my wife for 10 years, 5 years, 3 years. I've been with my girlfriend for 1, 5, 10, 30 years. No man
so let
can
me
say
clarify this.
that he's been faithful to her.
Okay,
he wouldn't say that, and he'd be telling the
truth.
We're
going to run it back and forth?
The truth has a vibration, and you know the truth when you hear it.
Can I get 2 seconds so I can interject real quick?
Take it.
Okay. So what you're telling me is that regardless of what relationship they're in, right, they're going to cheat. But are we saying...
It's not cheating.
Okay.
Regardless
of the context or how you want to put it.
It's letting men be men. It's letting men live. They're animalistic.
Be assholes, be whatever
they're
you
natural.
want.
What they were meant to do.
Hey,
they're nurturing, nurturing.
Hey, you laugh, but you're right on track with it.
Okay.
See, you're making a joke of it, but you're right.
Tomatoes. This is what I'm trying to say, though. Are you saying monogamy as far as only sexual, or are you saying phone conversations? Are you saying time spent with each other? Because that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have intercourse in order to not be monogamous.
Okay, to answer that question, I have to ask you a question.
Here we go.
Ask me the question.
No. Because I want to be absolute what we're talking about,
sure.
right? Because I don't want to contradict myself.
And that's absolutely. He's very opinionated.
Okay,
EJ gonna try and call him out.
What is before I can answer that question, I'm gonna ask a question. You have to tell me based on society standards what is considered monogamy. Then I'll be able to answer you that question.
That's a good point.
Okay? That's what you have to ask me.
All right, let me sit on that one for a little bit.
I mean, being in a monogamous relationship means that two people are with each other, committed to each other, and they are not having sex or entertaining any type of intimacy with anybody outside that relationship.
Which could
That's
be
a monogamous
man or
relationship.
woman, because nowadays it's a lot of different.
What is your definition of intimacy? Is it up late nights having conversations?
Yes.
I can't talk to my wife. I feel like I have so much connection to you. Then why are you married? Well, it's complicated. We have assets together, the kids, but I just feel like you're the person I should have met. Is that cheating? Is that monogamy?
Is it cheating? It's not cheating, but it is.
Is it monogamy?
It's getting there.
Is it monogamy?
You're entertaining it.
Is it monogamy? So you're entertaining it. So what is and is not monogamy? I'm asking you. What is monogamy? Is it just penis going into vagina?
But
that's the be all and end all. As long as I don't do that, you're good. I can do everything else, but the minute I stick my penis in her vagina,
I think you're minimizing it to this.
Whatever agreements you and your man or your woman have.
Really? That defines monogamy. Whether you
you're not sexual is actually
everybody's relationship.
I said
that's like the extreme. No.
Right, that's the extreme.
I said based on society standards. What is the definition of monogamy? You started to answer it, but you kind of.
But now the intimacy part is getting a little flaky.
But I feel like everybody's perception is different. So what I may be okay with you doing, or my significant other, I may not be okay with. You might not be okay with doing that. You know what I'm saying? So obviously we are gonna have difference of opinions, but at the same time, like if you are entertaining someone else, it's gonna probably lead to you cheating, which wouldn't make you monogamous.
But you don't think that very thought of entertaining the person to the degree that you're having secret conversation with her, is that considered? But is that monogamy? Is that not violating monogamy?
It is a violation of.
Thank you. So therefore you're not monogamous. So now that even strengthens my argument, because now it goes even beyond the physical. It even goes beyond the physical. So now you're saying the very men that you ladies here are saying are monogamous, you're saying they're not even guilty of that. Because if you are not saying that, then
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that because we don't know their everyday, all day, thought process or interactions with other people.
Right. And therefore you don't know that whether or not they're not taking it all the way either.
So I used to work with homeless kids, and our staff, sometimes the situation would get intimate, right? We're talking about this child that comes from a bad background, and now we're leaning on each other for support because he's going through whatever. And so sometimes those things get intimate, but that intimacy is different than what the intimacy that I share with my husband. It's a different type of thing. I have intimacy with my girlfriend, but that level of intimacy is different than what I have with my husband.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you don't have to ask me that. You could just ask.
Let me ask you this question. Let's say you and I were in a relationship.
Okay.
Right? And we broke up.
Yep.
We're no longer together. Right? You get married. Okay? You get married, and shortly after you get married, you get a phone call from me. Okay? And I say to you, yeah, how you doing? We have a short conversation. I say, yeah, I really wanted to see you, before you got married, et cetera, et cetera. And he's like, yeah, I thought about it, blah, blah, blah. Now, all of a sudden, 10 minutes into the conversation, you and I strike up and we're going to meet for lunch. Are you monogamous?
I'm still monogamous at that point. Yes.
Yes.
Her husband already knows. I know she's already called them and told them.
Really?
Yeah, I just
really?
wouldn't take the lunch date.
But you really think so?
I mean, you do have lunch with some friends, and
I do, but they're not as lovers.
So you're getting semantic. You love semantics. Is that monogamy? Have you committed a form of adultery? Yes or no? Are you monogamous? Yes or no?
Okay.
That by definition
I think the secret
is not
part.
monogamy.
The secret part is the part that violates the monogamous relationship.
Correct. So why can't
it's not so much the conversation or
because
going to lunch? It's the secret part.
It's one-sided.
Yeah. So that's.
He's only speaking from
because he can only speak from a man's part. So I guess that's my point. Is like so. So if that's what we're saying, that women can only find men who by nature cannot only have sex with them. How do we live in a society where that is truth. Like, how do
what
we?
Is truth?
So I have a husband right now, and so I'm supposed to go to bed every night knowing that he has sexual urges that I can't fulfill. That he's gonna fulfill elsewhere.
No, see, that's where you're wrong. Do not go to bed when you understand. Meaning this, and I best explain through illustration. So hopefully I don't lose anyone in this room. If you acquire a Bengal tiger, and he's only like 8 weeks old.
You like exotic
right?
animals, huh?
You really do. No. That's a lot of your references.
He's 8 weeks old.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, we fast forward, now he's 10, 11, right?
Okay.
At some point in time, as long as you understand that I'm going to have to set him free. Because at some point, his nature is going to take over, and he's going to mistake me for prey. Whether it be he's irritated one day, let me loop this, okay? Whether he's irritated one day, at some point in your mind, you have got to understand that he's not a little tight. I have to set him free. I have to let him go. As long as a woman really understands the nature of a man, you can go to bed with peace of mind because you don't entertain those thoughts because you understand what a man does. So with that, what is, and I don't want to mix church and state.
Yeah.
Seek wisdom. It is the principal thing. But in all thy getting, get what? Understanding. When you understand something, you understand it. When you understand something, you can understand how this person in this chair can get up and walk through that door backwards. When you understand her, and you say, why? Because she suffers from vertigo. You know that, but I don't. I might be looking at her like she's crazy. She might be looking at her like she's crazy. But you understand she has to get up like that because she suffers from vertigo, so she has to walk backwards to get to the bathroom.
So, okay, let's say you and I are in a relationship and you hit me with this profound logic of yours, right? And then I hit you back and say, I completely agree. And guess what? Because I am a woman and I have a belly button and a vagina, I also feel like women do not have a monogamous bone either.
Right.
Can you go to sleep at night knowing that I am going to at some point be set free in the wild to fuck whoever I want?
Me as a man.
Because I'm the cub that grew. Big ginormous animal.
Listen.
This Toto is ready to run it.
This is what I'm saying to you.
Talk that
This is
girl.
what I'm saying to you. See, you're creating a situation where you're saying, well, if you want me to accept it, then you're going to have to accept it.
No. So I'm saying, what if it was? What if it wasn't a tit for tat? What if that was genuinely what I believe?
Well, if that's what you
it's
genuinely
not in the
believe,
Bible.
if he understands the nature of, you don't own anybody.
Would you be okay with it? If
Personally,
a woman
yes.
Oh,
Personally,
okay.
yes. Personally, no. Because I don't own anybody. You can't just because our society said, who came up with that? Who came up with that? The vows and the laws that say, oh, put this ring on it. Who came up with that? Just because the majority rule on something doesn't make that right. If there's 10 people in the room and they say this is the prettiest, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the prettiest,
right.
because the majority ruled on it. We live in a society in which what the majority says is what there's only a few that makes the laws, that makes the decisions for everybody. Let's understand that.
I mean, everything is man-made.
We have to wrap this up, so we need some final comments.
Let me just clarify where we're at. So what you're saying is, men cannot be monogamous.
Ain't no such thing as can't.
Okay,
so
they are not.
They are not. Yeah, don't say can't.
Don't say can't. My points, they cannot. Okay, number one. Number two, you're okay with women having the same perception of this is who I am and my toto is runneth over, right?
Because I understand that. Yes.
Because we've come up with that conclusion.
Right.
Okay. And number three, chime in, because I don't really know number three. I just know those two for our guests.
I don't have a third wrap up. I think that is the wrap.
To each their fucking own.
Seriously, because he surely has his own.
Yeah,
he really
definitely
fucked my head
does.
up, though, because now I'm really be thinking about it like,
Yeah, I have to reread my Bible.
I'm not reading the Bible, but in general,
wait,
like, I'm going to have to scratch my head like,
is it right?
You guys you kind of ran yourself into a trap.
Oh,
is that right?
Lord.
You ran yourself.
I'm gonna have to reread my Bible and reread my husband.
I'm very honest.
Like,
no, I really didn't, because in
I knew I didn't
my life, I'm gonna do what I want, how I want it, whatever I want.
Right.
No.
So, like, if I'm okay with that situation, if I have a conversation with my significant other and we're okay with that, well, guess what? To each their own. We're gonna make it do what it do.
So with that, you are agreeing that if by law's definition that monogamy means that no sexual penetration and no mental penetration, no, you can't take on another woman's wife and take her to dinner and talk to her intimate like that. So that by society's definition that breaches monogamy, then when you say if my man and I have an arrangement, then it all goes out the window.
So this
it all goes out the
conversation
window.
has runneth over. So we are going to continue this offline, listeners. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll be right back with our next section.
Please comment.
I'm telling you, please comment. Okay, so here is the raw, and if you have a question or need advice on something, and it doesn't have to be relationship-wise, it can be about work, it can be about your children, whatever it is that you want, send it to us now, talkthatishpodcast@gmail.com, or you can call or text 856-473-4069. And here's the question. I'm friends with this guy, and I think I want to take it to the next level, but he talks too damn much. And what I mean is, he kisses and tells. Seriously, I know way more about his past relationship than I should. But he is a good guy, and people can change, right? That's a question, actually. I've been thinking that maybe this is something we can work on. I've been dating for a long time, and he's been by my side throughout the whole thing. Then again, if it doesn't work out, not only is my friendship ruined, but my business will be out there too. What should I do?
So, Lil,
Yikes.
before you go raw with this, let me just put my little input in it.
Any change?
Once a bochinchoso, which means a gossiper, always a gossiper. I think like a cheater, but I have my own perception of things. But I just think that, I wouldn't sit here and date somebody, especially yours. Okay, so first of all, she's already thinking about her friendship.
True.
She's already thinking, damn, I can ruin my friendship. You're already questioning his loyalty towards you with him putting your business out there. That's point blank, period. If you can't keep my secrets or what I tell you in closed doors, pillow talk, then I can't trust you, period, because it could be a business. It could be anything with money that I tell you, and you go and tell the next person and fuck the whole thing on when we're doing this as a team, as a partner. Trust is very big. Yeah. So, I don't know, Lord, that's just my input. I know you're going to give it to me a little bit flat and raw.
Yes, Lou. So, not for nothing, but your business is already on Front Street. What? Like, his friends already know, because he been talking about you.
Oh, yeah,
you probably right. You probably
because
right.
Because if he likes to run his mouth, guess what? He know the toto done fell out. He know
you got a yeast infection.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He like, the other day, like, he
because friends tell each other shit.
So this is going to go into a whole nother beast because I don't like to categorize everybody in the same page, right? But men talk more than women. And one thing that I don't like is for a man to run business like a woman. Yeah. Like, why am I dating you if I'm dating a female? Because in a lot of senses, I feel like I'm more of a man in a relationship, right? But for her, she already feeling him. She worried about, are we still going to be friends? Like, no, because as soon as you give him the X, guess what? It's going to be, this bitch. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, you know what I mean? So, unfortunately, unless you have that conversation and he is at a point in his life that he's open to that criticism, maybe he'll change. But I feel like that's in his nature. That's who he is. That's who he is.
Yeah. Keep him as a friend and don't tell him shit.
Not for nothing, but that wouldn't be my friend because I got friends. I don't need no more friends.
Keep a surface.
Oh, okay, surface. See, you real good with that surface relationship stuff. I'm not. Like, it's either we fucking with each other and we gonna go hard,
because I have an open policy. Yeah. Whoever I'm really tight with, you're gonna know me as an open book.
I'm an open book.
But we do have people in our circle that we like. I don't trust you with this information.
Not somebody that I'm dating though.
Not somebody.
It's a difference.
That's what I'm dating you. Keep them as a friend, but don't tell them.
We got some bitch ass niggas in our group who are gossipers.
It happens.
We do.
At the end of the day.
But not Lou.
No, because if I'm dating you, I need to put you on a different pedestal. Okay. Friendships are different. And if you are like me, which I don't think you are, and it's no disrespect, but if you can't get past the fact that your business will be on Front Street, then this relationship ain't for you.
On to the next.
Boop, boop.
Thanks for tuning in today, Ish Talkers. We really appreciate you guys for listening. So happy that you're here with us. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on iTunes. What?
They're not here.
They're here with us.
In spirit?
And listening.
And listening.
I just want to clarify that. I just want to know if everybody else is listening.
Hey!
Hey!
Hit that subscribe button on iTunes and Podbean. Make sure you subscribe today. And if you want to be a part of the discussion, make sure you hit us up on Instagram at Talk That Ish Podcast and on Facebook, Talk That Ish.
And tell a friend to tell a friend.
Amen, sister.
That I'm single.
So what we doing for Thirsty Thursdays?
Bitch drinking.
Hey, Talk That Ish. Goodbye.
Put